Sanbonani and welcome back to another video. Happy spring day. I certainly hope that you guys are well rested and ready for the new week. Yo, Kesada, let us unpack the dramatic episode yet again. Just when you thought it wouldn't get any messier, it gets even worse. Firstly, let's address the question that Ubongani asked Upalisa about whether Utsepo is indeed mistreating her or not. Palisa baby, I love you ne, but you did insinuate that indeed Utsepo is mistreating you some way or another. And if that is true, then you did owe the whole group to say Uguti, yes, he is mistreating me. He did 1, 2, and 3 instead of just crying and letting us think what we wanted to think. And when Tsepo did leave the room, you proceeded to say Uguti, your reaction speaks volumes. For me, Sana, it did not. To me, it told me all I needed to know. You want the whole group to take your side and turn against Utsepo, but you are not telling the whole truth. You are also not taking accountability for your part in the whole situation. In your eyes, Utsepo is the only one who's wrong. And for me, shame, I'm not going to support that. I don't know about you guys, but my understanding of someone mistreating you results in you being uncomfortable around that person, you feel intimidated, you feel scared. But in this situation, for me, I'm not convinced that Upalisa is being physically mistreated because she is so comfortable to sit next to the guy. And Mina, in all the episodes that I've watched, it's always the guy who's like, okay, let me sit this side, let me sit that side, because it's so awkward and uncomfortable. But Ugeliena on her side, she's the one who's receiving. So why is she not the one who's, the most scared, intimidated, or uncomfortable? She seems more in control, more in power, more, dominating in the situation. And I'm just like, I have to question that. I'm not saying it did not happen or it's not happening, but I do have to question the way she reacts to things, the way she responds, the way she behaves. And I really have to ask Upali Suguti, what was she trying to get out of asking that question I pose Gutsebo? And guys, let's not act like we all don't know Guti. She's the one who wrote that question, because the question said, do you now see why everyone left you in the past? She's the only one who knows Ama insecurities Aki, because we've seen them having that conversation. Was she trying to trigger the guy to respond a certain way so that she can get the reaction that she wants? You see, this is the Tsepo that I know. But the guy is so exhausted, he's drained, he's not giving you anything. I did not see the reason or the necessity to ask that question, guysini. Like, I feel like Upalisa sometimes she fails to read the room. Sometimes I am so done, Jengabu. Like, honestly, I am so done. Also, when someone takes back what is theirs, their car, their bank cards, if you guys do not share a joint account or share a house, I don't think that's financial abuse, because Upalisa has her own money. She can travel to work. She can request her own Uber. It's not Uguti when Utsepo is taking his things back, that means Upalisa is left stranded. She's left homeless. No, guysini. Financial abuse is when someone takes things away from you that you guys were using together, whether it is a car or money or a house, and they leave you stranded. That is financial abuse, and in this situation it does not apply. That is my opinion. I could be wrong. Some of you guys can explain more what exactly is financial abuse, but that is my own understanding of what financial abuse is. It is a pity to me ukuthi Upalisa, the only person who is supporting her side of the story is Umakoto. She's very vocal, Naninyazi. And I think ukuthi she blows izinto out of proportion. Sometimes afaka edama spicy. So in this situation, Gempela using the word financial abuse, I feel like it made things worse. Nanokuthi nje, she's adding to the idea ukuthi there could be something that is happening behind the scenes. That is why it's important ukuthi uPalisa akhulume honestly in front of Utsepo, so that he also has his chance to defend himself, to respond to the things that she's saying. It is not fair ukuthi when Tsepo is in the room, uPalisa refuses to talk, she's crying, but when he leaves, then she starts talking. That is not fair, ngoba manje. We're only gonna know one side of the story. Naye Utsepo, that is his problem if he does not want to speak, because then in the public eye, only one side of the story is gonna be known. If he refuses to talk for whatever reason, then he can't blame people for thinking ukuthi what Palisa is saying is the truth. Secondly, another question that was posed to Upalisa, which said, without acting, how do you really feel about your husband at the moment, because you are still married? Yo, Kaizini, when I tell you, whoever wrote that question really saw izinto for what they are at the beginning, because some of us did say ukuthi we felt as if Upalisa was acting as engathi manje everything is perfect between her and Utsepo. Even now, Utsepo at some point acted as this expert guru on relationships, and they even said ukuthi if they wanted advice, they must come to them. Ekubeni, we all knew nje ukuthi no, these two basazoxabana. And knowing what we know now, we know ukuthi if Utsepo did not ruin things from the start by asking about polygamy, if Utsepo was really attracted to Upalisa and did not waste her time, Upalisa would still be speaking good things about Utsepo. They would still be acting as this perfect couple. Because guys, even now, we are on episode 9 and Upalisa still has not told the ladies ukuthi Utsepo at the beginning of this experiment mentioned indaba yesithembu. Because she knows ukuthi that would have made them look so bad. That would have downgraded them to the lowest couple. Because every woman knows ukuthi when a man mentions indaba yesithembu, it is not only a red flag, it is a red billboard, like she said. So to her, she was willing to overlook such a huge thing in order to make it work. There was also a question about why the ladies were upset that Utsepo called Upalisa ugly. I feel two ways about this question. Firstly, Uposha should not have been the one to give the answer she gave, because she exhibited the very same ugly attitude she speaks about. Uposha nje at the beginning of this experiment refused to give Ubongani some grace. So if she really believes what she's saying, she could have just remained respectful, at least for the guy's sake, Bagit. But now that she's realizing ukuthi looks are not important, sekumele manje we must clap hands manje. No, we're not gonna do that, because we knew from the start, we knew ukuthi at the end she's gonna see ukuthi looks don't matter. But yena, she chose to be immature about it. She chose to degrade the guy, insult the guy, disrespect the guy, which is why she's the one who felt the need to address the ugly comments, because she herself said someone else was unattractive. Unattractive and ugly, guys, is the same thing. Kuthi nje lo munye uyibeke kahle, lo munye uyibeke nje kabi. So I feel like for Portia, answering that question for her felt like damage control, because now things have changed. She realizes ukuthi Bongani is such a good man, and possibly she got the best man out of all the guys. So now she's realizing, like how we said nje from the beginning, ukuthi she's gonna regret saying those things. Secondly, that was such a stupid question in my opinion, because I don't know a world where that would not be upsetting, especially for women to hear ukuthi a man said this about a woman, and hearing that he said that in response to Upalisa telling him to exercise and take care of himself more. To me, it says a lot about that guy, because he does not want to change, but he wants to change others. He wants people to meet his requirements, but he does not want to meet other people's requirements. When it comes to the situation between Utsepo and Palisa, maturity is understanding that both of them are wrong. Utsepo wasted iskatsa Palisa and broke her heart, and now Upalisa is trying to hurt him as much as he hurts her. But honestly, it's not worth it because you can see nje ukuthi Utsepo is drained. No matter what you do to him, he does not care. It's not gonna hurt him. So I think Upalisa is wasting her time trying to trigger him. She must just let this go. Ngoba she was also a willing participant. No one forced her ukuthi ahlale. She chose to stay and make it work. She said herself ukuthi she's gonna try and stay until she can't no more. So who's to blame? Guys, another thing that I wanted to say is that Umakota, as much as she is messy and dramatic, she almost ate Kuleya response Ainike Uposha when she said she gave her and Ubongani a chance. Guys, kepi khona kepi. Maybe I missed a few episodes. Umfana uthini ngalokho because ubuso babongani, like Ubongani, his facial expression when Uposha was talking, he did not seem like he was impressed. He did not seem like he was feeling what Uposha is saying. I just think Uguti he was just listening to finally maybe hear Uguti what Posha thinks of him. In my humble opinion, I felt like Ubongani bemincile ukuthi Uposha does not say anything that's gonna embarrass him or degrade him because he's been such an upstanding guy bakithi. But the fact that Umakoti uyone ngokuthi aqamba manga, that was not Posha. Uposha did not say ukuthi uyanyanyisa Ubongani when he's naked. That was umngani wakhe uPalisa. Uyonile, like she almost ate because Kaizini, I was surprised ngempela ukuthi wow, she can see ukuthi uBongani is such a good man. But ke wayona ugeli moment because yo sana, she almost clocked that. But ke she was able to stand up for herself, ke Uposha, and we didn't get to hear more about this request that Uposha made to Umakot about hooking her up with this guy friend. So, hey, Sana, that is all I have for episode 9. But I would like to hear what you guys think about this episode. Please let me know what you guys think down below. And don't forget to show our community some love. Ngizonibona kule landelayo. Bye, guys.